Welcome back to Dazzy Cars. There are cars that are fast, cars that are beautiful, and then there are cars that permanently burn themselves into your memory. Cars that don't just pass through your life but leave a scar on your soul. And today we're talking about one of those machines, a car that represents the moment Lamborghini decided subtlety was dead and excess was the only language worth speaking. The Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera. A car that doesn't whisper performance but screams it through every rev, every vibration. Every heartbeat you feel behind the wheel. This isn't just a review, this is a story about obsession, about speed, about a time when supercars weren't filtered through software and safety nets, but demanded respect, demanded courage, demanded something from the driver in return. Now let's talk about the exterior, because before you even open the door, the Gallardo Superleggera makes one thing very clear. This car was built with one goal in mind, to be faster, sharper, and more aggressive than the standard Gallardo in every possible way. Carbon fiber is everywhere, not hidden, not subtle, but proudly exposed like battle armor. The rear diffuser, the side skirts, the engine cover, the mirrors, all stripped of unnecessary weight, all serving the same purpose, to reduce mass and increase presence. The iconic low slung wedge shape sits impossibly close to the ground, making the car look like it's already moving even when it's parked, like a predator crouched and waiting. Those signature lightweight wheels reveal massive brakes behind them, reminding you that stopping power matters just as much as speed when you're dealing with something this wild. The Superleggera decals along the side aren't marketing, they're a warning telling everyone within eyesight that this is not a regular Gallardo, this is the hardcore version. The front end feels like it's slicing the air even at a standstill, sharp angles, aggressive intakes, and headlights that stare back at you with pure intent. This car doesn't try to be elegant, it tries to be intimidating, and it succeeds. Every panel, every crease, every exposed carbon detail serves a function, and together they create a design that still turns heads today, even in a world flooded with hypercars and digital design. The Superleggera looks raw, mechanical, honest, and that's exactly why it still matters. Moving inside, the interior feels like stepping into a cockpit rather than a luxury cabin, and that's exactly what Lamborghini intended. This is not a place designed to coddle you, it's a place designed to connect you to the machine. Alcantara dominates the seats, the steering wheel, the door panels, giving you grip where it matters and weight savings where it counts. Carbon fiber replaces traditional trim, reminding you constantly that luxury took a backseat to performance in this car. The seats are aggressively bolstered, hugging you tight, making it clear that once you're in, you're part of the car, not just a passenger. The driving position is low, almost shockingly so, your legs stretched forward, the windshield sloping sharply away from you, giving you that unmistakable supercar perspective where the world feels wider and closer at the same time. The gauges are simple, analog, and purposeful, with a massive tachometer front and center, because that's what matters most in a car like this. No massive screens, no digital distractions, just the essentials laid out for a driver who wants to drive. Now let's talk about what truly defines the Gallardo Superleggera, the heart beating just inches behind your head, the naturally aspirated V10 engine. This is the kind of engine we don't get anymore. A high-revving, screaming masterpiece that produces its power not through forced induction or electric assistance, but through pure mechanical violence. With over 520 horsepower sent to all four wheels, the Superleggera doesn't just accelerate, it launches, ripping through gears with an urgency that feels almost reckless by modern standards. The sound is unforgettable, a rising mechanical howl that builds into a ferocious scream as the revs climb, echoing off buildings, tunnels, and your own chest. The throttle response is immediate, almost telepathic, every input translated instantly into motion. There's no lag, no delay, no filtering. When you press the pedal, the car reacts, and it reacts hard. The all-wheel drive system claws at the pavement, putting power down in a way that feels both brutal and controlled, allowing you to exploit the engine's full potential without feeling like the car is constantly trying to kill you, though it will absolutely punish sloppy driving. Handling is where the Superleggera truly separates itself from ordinary supercars. The reduced weight transforms the way the car feels through corners, sharper turn-in, better balance, more communication through the steering wheel. You feel the road, the tires, the chassis working beneath you, and that feedback builds confidence the faster you go. This is a car that rewards commitment, that gets better the harder you push it, that comes alive at speeds where lesser machines fall apart. Braking performance is equally impressive, with massive rotors and calipers delivering consistent, fade-free stopping power even under aggressive driving. The pedal feel is firm and reassuring, giving you the confidence to brake later and harder, knowing the car will respond exactly as expected. This level of control is what makes the Superleggera more than just a straight-line monster. It's a driver's car in the truest sense. Safety in the Gallardo Superleggera is very much old-school supercar safety. You have traction control stability systems and a rigid chassis designed to protect occupants, but this car assumes the driver understands what they're doing. It doesn't nanny you, it doesn't hold your hand, it expects respect. Airbags and structural integrity are there, but the real safety feature is your right foot and your judgment. That rawness is part of the appeal. part of what makes driving this car such an intense, unforgettable experience. Pricing when the Superleggera was new placed it firmly in elite territory, commanding a premium over the standard Gallardo, and today on the used market, clean examples are becoming increasingly desirable. Enthusiasts recognize what this car represents, a peak moment for Lamborghini, before turbocharging, before electrification, before software took over the driving experience. Values reflect that appreciation, and owning one feels less like buying a car and more like preserving a piece of automotive history. There's something deeply emotional about driving the Gallardo Superleggera, something that modern cars struggle to replicate. The noise, the vibration, the physicality of it all reminds you why people fell in love with cars in the first place. This is not transportation. This is theater. This is passion made mechanical. This is Lamborghini at its most unapologetic. Every drive feels like an event. Every startup feels ceremonial. Every downshift sounds like a declaration of intent. As the road stretches out in front of you and the V10 sings behind your head, you realize this car isn't about numbers or specs, it's about feeling alive. It's about moments, about memories, about the connection between human and machine that can't be quantified. The Gallardo Superleggera doesn't try to be everything to everyone. It exists for those who understand it, for those who crave intensity, for those who want more than just speed. And before you go, if you haven't already, make sure you watch our already uploaded deep dive on the Ford Maverick Hybrid, because that video shows the complete opposite end of the automotive spectrum. Practical, efficient, smart, and surprisingly emotional in its own way. Go watch it right now and see how passion exists even in the most unexpected vehicles. And if you want more stories like this, more cars that move your soul as much as your body, hit subscribe, because here at Dazzy Cars, we don't just review cars, we live them.